Good enough, Mr. Prime Minister,
I
please.
could have spoken my own.
Respectful Speaker, sir.
Please.
Sir, with your kind permission, I would like to appeal to all sections of the House, including the former Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. When I try to substantiate with all reasonings about the decision we have taken to increase the petroleum products before the session starts 5 days earlier. Sir, forget for a moment this is a coalition government. For a moment, whether this government consisting of 13 parties, this government consisting of in another big party supporting from outside, let us not mix politics on this issue. Let us take a pragmatic view about the decision taken by the government. About the propriety, your good self has given the ruling. I do not want to question your ruling. I will bow my head. Because when the Honorable Speaker from the exalted chair, when you give a ruling, we have to respect the ruling of the chair. I don't want to say anything about it. I am not going to justify the decision taken by me or by my own government. Sir, if you go back to the history, how many times the Speaker, Honorable Speaker sitting in the same chair is given the rulings about the decision of the previous governments, which has got monolithic, the numerical strength of the party was so monolithic and 2/3 majority. At that time, how the administrative prices were increased prior to the budget session, I can give any number of instances. Sir, what made this government to take such a hurried decision or the decision prior to the budget session 1 week or 6 days earlier to the budget session? Let us have a clear picture before we come to any conclusion. Sir, the issue before us was the same issue which was placed before the previous government, but to our senior most leader, the former Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition, the same issue was also placed before me. I have got the highest regard for Jaswant Singh Ji. Whenever he used to speak, I used to sit there. And I used to hear your speech very carefully. At times I am unable to understand some of the words you expressed. I am not so knowledgeable person, so far as English is concerned, but I can understand the message what you try to convey to the nation from this house. Sir, when this matter came before the previous government, before quoting that, he has also said to the press, I will just, for his benefit, just quote what he has said. The administrative price increase is You take the floor. When the file was submitted to the Ministry of Finance, I only just put the last views expressed by the Finance Minister. Prima facie, it seems inevitable that an across the board increase in fuel price is required urgently to eliminate the pool deficit. That is what your good self, as Finance Minister, has, I am not going to say, taken the view from the Ministry of Finance. Yes. And our former Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, I have got the highest regard for you. I respect you, sir. Finance Minister has also observed that as cumulative oil pool deficit is going to rise to a level of rupees 11,700 crores at the end of this year, from a level of rupees 5,700 crores last year, and as such an increase, an across the board increase in fuel prices is required urgently to eliminate the pool deficit. I am going to again read it, urgently to eliminate the pool deficit. What was the pool deficit? 5,700 crores last year. The projected figures for 96-97 March is 11,700 crores. While action on these points shall be taken, separately the OEB as approved by the Ministry of Finance is submitted for approval. Then what the PM says, then PM has approved. PM has also directed the necessary action to be taken on the observation made by the Finance Ministry headed by Jiswant Singh. Please, no, I don't want to mix politics, please. Forget this is a government which is headed by 13 political parties, supported by you friends. I have not come in search of any job in Delhi. My temperament is totally different. See, this is a thing which was forced on me. And you are good self. I highly respect you. Wherever you may be there, sir, destiny, nobody can prevent. If destiny is there, you can come and sit here, or somebody can go and sit there. That's not the issue. But you was a senior most parliamentarian. Sir, when you attack, I am too small a man. Let me honestly speak, compared to you, I am too small a man. Your own decision, to see that the deficit is a must. The oil pool account deficit must be erased. That is your own decision. And I have carried it. Just, I would...
मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को टोकना नहीं चाहता।
I am yielding. I am not going to show any disrespect. Please, I am prepared to yield. There is no question of.
पेट्रोलियम पदार्थों में जो महंगाई बढ़ रही है, जो अभाव हो रहा है, उस मामले में हम जो पीछे पड़े हैं, उसके खिलाफ कई वर्षों से हम प्रतिपक्ष के नाते चेतावनी देते रहे। लेकिन मैंने अपने आदेश में ये तो नहीं कहा कि पार्लियामेंट का सेशन बुला लीजिए और 5 दिन पहले वृद्धि का ऐलान कर दीजिए। ये फैसला आपका फैसला है।
I do,
Order, please.
Leader of the opposition and that's one thing admit that he had recommended a steep hike. And
Now that I'm asked direct questions, only if you permit me to respond, I will respond. But
no, I will lead, I am not going to.
I am asked direct questions. The
Please, please.
It's because, so there are two issues involved here. Firstly, references to notings on files. As to whether those references to notings on files are in matter that is to be discussed and debated
No,
in
I'm not.
Parliament. That is a different matter, sir. I shall not debate this issue with the Honourable the Prime Minister. That is one. The second, sir, I've been asked by my Honourable Senior colleague as to whether I had made any recommendation of this nature of a sudden steep hike. No, sir. I had made no. I certainly expressed grave concern. I certainly expressed grave concern. I expressed grave concern at the deteriorated situation. That the deficit will go up to 11,000 plus crores is an estimate that certainly was on record, that if corrective action were not taken. But that this corrective action will be a 30% hike was certainly not part of the rest. We would have found out alternatives to doing this thing. And doing it not on the eve of a budget session of Parliament, by definitely not. I say this only because this matter was raised.
Order. Please, order, please.
This view was expressed on 25/5/1996. About 20 days earlier. 25/5 means I took over on 1st June. And again another 12 days. Whether this is your government, whether this is a legitimate government or not has to be proved by the Parliament. Another 12 days I am unable to touch the file. Sir, I am not going to just drag the name of the senior leaders for the purpose of defending this decision. I only just... No, sir.
That's all.
No, please.
Yes.
Please hear me. On that day, your good self was silent and the other honorable members, how much they attacked. I was closely watching here. I didn't react anything. I didn't even react a word. Whatever may be the insults. I just swallowed it. Sir, your own committee, Mr. Jaswant Singh ji, your own committee has recommended subsidy on LPG, parliamentary committee, yes, that it is not a committee appointed by any other house, it is a parliament standing committee. Subsidy on LPG should be gradually reduced. Your good self has also made that recommendation, headed by you are heading that committee.
Prices should be rationalized.
The inflation rate, Times of India, he asserted had been artificially kept low by the previous government by not increasing the administered prices. By not increasing the administered prices, this was particularly true for the petroleum sector with 6,000 crores deficit in the oil pool account. What you have told to the press.
Rationalized.
No, that I am not going to give all those details.
They are totally exposed.
Please, sir. Please. I don't think that's comment is required. Please.
Sir, what was the circumstance I would like to apprise the House and through this House to the nation. Now, I am not going to say that you support. I am prepared to take the blame. At least through this House, I must also tell the nation under what circumstances I have taken this decision. That much of liberty I have got. Sir, on 17th June, one refineries, they says FOB payments due to IOC for crude supplies to the tune of rupees 49 crores have been deferred. Delaying payments to other suppliers, contractors, etc., you will agree, will lead to a serious loss of image if OCC resorts to further retrenchment of this nature. CRL will be exposed to serious financial problems which may even lead to the refinery operation coming to a grinding halt. One of the refinery, the chairman and managing director writes to the Secretary Ministry of Petroleum. Sir, there are series of correspondences between several refineries and the Petroleum Ministry. Only one I would like to quote because I do not want to take much of the time of the House. We are afraid if this situation continues, IOC may be under a great stress to default its foreign commitments for imports as well as loan repayments, which will be adversely affect its credibility in the international market. They went on stressing the Ministry of Petroleum to take early decision. Sir, just I would like to draw the attention of the House. In the past, how many times some people say that I have done the biggest mistake. Even now, by March 1997, the deficit will be ranging from 4,700 crores to 5,000 crores. That is the projected figures. I went back to the previous events that took place so far as the price increase of the petroleum products. 79, after the budget was placed, 22/279 budget was placed in this very August House. 28/2, on 1/3/79, when Shri late Morarji Desai was the Prime Minister, HSD 8.5, SKO 8.3 and LPG 9.2% increase. When late Charan Singh Ji has become the Prime Minister, that is on 17/8/79, after about 6 months, the LPG gas was increased by 20.4%, HSD oil 14.1%, SKO 14.2%. After 6 months of the budget passed in the very same house. When Madam Gandhi was the Prime Minister, 13/1/81, price increase, budget was placed on 28/2/81. That is 1 month earlier, 1 month 15 days earlier. LPG gas 17%, so and HSD 18.9%. Within 6 months, that is 11/7/81. In the middle of the year again, the HSD was raised by 10.7%. That means 18.9% plus 13.7%, it goes to 32%. HSD alone. And LPG 17% on 13/1/81, on 11/7/81 it is 14.5%. It comes to 31.5% LPG gas. Kerosene it is 18.5% in 6 months on 2 installments, 2 dosages. Then coming to late Rajiv Gandhi's period, on 1/2/86, 28/2/86 budget was placed in this very August House. On 1/2/86, it is 23.1% on LPG, it was raised. And subsequently, he has given certain reduction. Sir, -9%. No, reduction. No, just have come. That's why I said, let us forget the party issue now. How to set right the present crisis. Not only this, there are various other problems.
He cannot admit, he cannot.
There are various other problems. Let us collectively think of. In last 3 years, 91, HSD not rise, and LPG gas on 25,791. 20% hike, and 92, 24% hike, and 94, 20.6% hike. 20, 24, 20. 64% hike in 3 years. 90, 91, 92, 94. I'll give the date, 25,791, 20% LPG gas. 16,992, 24.1%. And 12,194, 20.6%. It comes to 64.6% in 3 years, and a reduction was given -6.9. That is 58% in 3 years only on LPG. What all you argue is a middleman, a common man, and this Prime Minister has no knowledge of the common man's problem on these things. Yes, I am prepared to bear all these criticism, I agree.
These are genuine Bhumiputras sitting in this.
HST 49.6% before the.
Sir, now I told under what circumstances we were compelled to take this decision. Sir, our demand, it is also placed before you and placed before me also. 94-95, 65.5 million tons. Petroleum product has gone up sharply from 65.5 million tons during 94-95 to 72.5 million tons, and it is further expected to go up to 78.5 million tons during the current financial year. As I told you a little earlier, even after this price hike, the projected figures is about 700 to 5,000 crores. Deficit by 31st March 1997. And how much subsidy we are giving? Kerosene 4,870, we have not raised anything. Per litre we are giving about 4 rupees 17 paisa per litre subsidy. It was as if we have done in midnight decision. It is not midnight decision every time when the administrative price hike is going to be implemented. It is only the decision will be given effect to, because almost all the oil pumps and the petrol pumps will be closed, their accounts will be closed only at about 10:30, 11 o'clock. That will be there. I do agree, sir. I do agree. I do agree. I don't dispute that point. I do agree all these things is bound to happen. And the decisions is not as if I have taken midnight decision. It was the decision by the department because it should come into operation for the next day. So that's why they will inform the concerned the dealers after the closure of their accounts. Sir, even today, we are giving 62 rupees 50 paise on the LPG gas. Even today, the subsidy amount on LPG one cylinder, we are giving 60. Pardon? Okay. If you want to totally remove that, band kiya means we totally remove the.
Thank you for using Hindi
After
word.
this government collapse, we come to power, we can do that.
Good.
No, after all, see,
Total subsidy.
sir, LPG
Please.
users, sir, 3.8% who comes the monthly income below 750 rupees. If we take them, they come under the purview of the below poverty line, it comes to 3.8%. 25.9%, those people who are the income group monthly, and the monthly income group is 751 to 1,500. 1,501 to 2,500, 29.1%. 2,501 to 4,000, 23.5%. And over rupees 4,000, 17.7%. This is the figures I am placing before the House. Sir? Pardon? By the department. It is the figures
Department.
given by the department. Not by any news agency. Even after the price hike, 8.46 per kg LPG gas in India. And if you go back to other neighboring countries, Malaysia it is 16.12. Bangladesh, they are more rich than us, 13.58. Myanmar, 22.37. Sri Lanka, 13.4. Thailand, 15.4 per kg of LPG gas. And about the HSD, road transport, yes, there is some effect on the transportation of our commodities. I do agree. 61.8% is the total consumption by the road transport department in the whole country. Railways 4.3, shipping is 0.4, agriculture sector is 16.3, industry is 17.2. This is the sectoral consumption of HSD. Vehicle population, diesel vehicles, 3,10,412 diesel cars. Jeeps, 5,98,191. Commercial vehicles, 21,27,504. MS consumption profile, car population, 1,36,76,000. Total consumption metric tons, 1,98,10,973 metric tons consumption by this figures what I have given about the sectoral consumption and as well as the diesel vehicle population, all these things. Car population, total consumption is about 1 crore 98 lakhs 10,973. Pardon, sir? I told you 16 point, how much farmers are using, I told this. Sir, I do agree. Whenever any commodities price is going to be increased, some section have to bear the burden. Some section has to bear the burden. I don't dispute that point. But at the same time, let us also think about the other people. Nitish was also, I thought you were coming from the farming community.
He was.
You,
He had rectified that.
he is, I have got the highest regard for him because
He has gone to construction of temple business.
I heard your speech, though I was in my office, but I was unable to understand the full speech because you spoke in Hindi. But I tried to get the information. At least you have not mentioned even a single word about the fertilizer subsidy which this government has given. Thank you. If you have mentioned, thank you very much. In my opinion, India can be economically split into two parts. One is rural India, other is urban India. Don't be under the impression that I am biased towards the urban people, or biased towards the rural people. Forget that. Just I am giving you the figures. In Bombay, Calcutta, Madras alone, the railway suffers a loss of rupees 220 crores, for which we are providing the subsidy. Suburban trains. Suburban trains. And about the postcards, Nitish bhai, postcards, registration, and your inland letters, all these things as parcels. In communication department alone, we are giving subsidy to the tune of 600 crores. Who is going to get the benefit? Is it people who are, yesterday Bihar there is a massacre, 2 days back. On Saturday morning at about 7:30 I got this message. I asked the Home Secretary, I want to go today afternoon to the place where this unhappy incident has taken place. The Home Secretary contacted Bihar Chief Secretary. And within 2 hours he gave me the information. Even though you goes to Patna by Indian Air Force aircraft, from there to that village you can't reach by helicopter. 2 miles away the helipad you can arrange, and 2 miles you should walk. This is the true picture of India. You are coming from that state. You are coming from that state. This is the true. No, just 1 second. I am only just giving one instance. What happened on 27th? I want to go to that place on the very same day because it was a holiday. There is no parliament. I want to go on the same day. The Home Secretary conveys to me, you have to walk 2 kilometers. And today, we are not going to advocate you to go there. As I told you, economically we can split India into 2 parts. One is rural India and the other is urban India. And how much subsidy we are giving to various elite sections of the society. I am not against that. But you must also think in terms of those people who have no voice. This house is meant for those people who have no voice. I have taken a decision, which is of course a decision which is not going to be liked by so many elite sections of the society. They are the opinion makers, I know that. Let them make the opinion against this government. But as long as I am here, I must tell you very frankly, I am going to take the decision in favor of the rural masses. I am prepared to say this. I am prepared to say this, not afraid into this chair. As long as I am here, I am going to take the decision to the satisfaction of my conscience. Those people who have been neglected all these 48 years, they must be given due share. Nothing doing on this issue.
बढ़ाने जा रहे हैं, इस पर किस पर अभी जो बात आप कह रहे हैं उसी को से देने वाला है, दाम तो उसी में बढ़ने वाले हैं। दाम बढ़ेंगे, इसका असर किसके ऊपर पड़ेगा?
Sir, one thing. I have cultivated the habit.
बिहार में अगर
Please,
नहीं हो पा रहा है,
please,
तो
please.
उसका दोषी कौन है?
Please, sir, with your kind permission, I want,
Please.
sir, whenever the opposition has got a right to attack, I have never opened my lips. Whatever the harsh language they use, I never. Please bear with me for a moment. We are all here to. We have come here to take care of those people also. It is not as if it is the
Please,
monopoly.
please.
It is the monopoly
Please
of
listen.
Devegowda.
Please listen.
See, I will please permit me to speak. In Bangalore, the milk I am not. If I go to Bangalore, you may think that you always try to quote Bangalore.
Please.
Please. Milk subsidy in Delhi, how much we are going to give? 50 crores. Delhi milk scheme is subsidized to the extent of nearly 50 crores. And the Delhi power supply 40%, no question of billing. Sir, transport 120, in Delhi alone 120 crores subsidy. Sir, let us all collectively think in terms of those people today who have no mere basic needs. Sir, I called the Chief Minister's conference before this budget is going to be placed before the House. I want to hear them. I myself drawn the agenda with my background. I communicated to all Chief Ministers 12 days earlier to come prepare with their views, with their opinion, with their stand. Let me want to hear them. I sat for 2 days. Normally, no Prime Minister will sit for 2 days. He will inaugurate and go. Because I was also Irrigation Minister for nearly 5 years. When Madam Gandhi was the Prime Minister, subsequently Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister. 3 Irrigation Ministers' conference I attended. They normally inaugurate and go. I sat 2 days for 16 hours. I want to hear every Chief Minister. Then we have unanimously adopted, irrespective of the political parties, identifying the priorities in 7 areas: communication, drinking water, primary health, and primary education, and public distribution, midday meal. Sir, 48 years after independence in Uttar Pradesh, about 63,000 villages, the governor of Uttar Pradesh gives the accounts. Is based on that I am giving you the figures. It is not my own. 35,000 villages have no schools, no school buildings in Uttar Pradesh. It is a state where six prime ministers might have been produced. Right? 6 prime ministers. And one.
Please. Please, please. Please, order in the house.
One point, sir. 1.18 lakhs. 1.18 lakhs villages, including some hamlets, have no roads. These are the figures given by the governor.
Who is responsible? 48 years past.
We need a deal for all those things. Let them be patient for all.
प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री रहे, उन्होंने क्या किया?
Bas. Enough, enough. Yes, Prime Minister.
Who is responsible? Who
Bas,
is
bas, bas.
responsible? Who is not responsible is not my concern. My concern is how best we can help those people. That's all my concern.
Yes, yes.
That is why I called all the chief ministers. I am happy to inform the House, irrespective of the political affiliation, almost all the chief ministers, including the BJP chief ministers, they have cooperated to adopt an unanimous resolution to give the uppermost priority for all these items which I have just now indicated. It should be a time-bound program. By 2080, we must complete the shortfall in next 4 years. That is our decision. We have unanimously agreed, and I am going to tell this August House, sir, we wanted to increase every year 15% what the allocation, so for these areas are concerned, every year 15% increase the allocations by the central government. We will place the money at the disposal of the state government, whether it is run by BJP or whether it is run by Congress, whether it is run by DMK. I am not concerned with that. I wanted to see, at least in the next 4 years, before 21st century, in these areas, we must see that at least the basic needs should be provided to the common man. That is our concern. Sir, if you want to achieve this object, our honorable leader of the opposition, the former Prime Minister, he did mention in your speech on the day of vote of confidence, where do you find resources? You may have 101 schemes in your mind. How do you find it? Your good self has asked. On quoting the common minimum program, your common minimum program, how do you generate resources? You yourself has asked. How to generate the resources? Unless we touch the people who have got something to spare, can they not give 26 rupees per one LPG gas cylinder? I will ask everybody. That's why I said let us not mix politics.
lakhs, people are below poverty. 240 lakhs.
I do not want, sir, take much of the time of this house. I only appeal to the users of these commodities. They should also cooperate with the government to overcome the present deficit, oil pool account deficit. They should cooperate. I only, you do whatever you want. That is your right. How can I prevent? You have got every right to attack me outside, inside. That nobody can stop that. You have got every right to tell this to the public. Here is a person who has got some biased opinion about the LPG gas users. You go and tell that. I don't want to prevent you from attacking me inside the house and outside the house. Who am I? But through this house, I appeal to all those consumers, whether my sisters or my brothers, let them cooperate with the government to overcome this present crisis. That's all the appeal I can make. Sir, with these words, my primary responsibility is to overcome the problem which was facing. The reductions, already we have given 15% on HSD oil, no question of reductions. The business. Please hear me.
Please listen.
घरेलू गैस पर
Please listen.
प्रधानमंत्री जी घरेलू गैस जो है ये आम जनता का विषय बन चुकी है। लकड़ी के भाव जो है वो आजकल बहुत ज्यादा हो रहे हैं, प्राप्त नहीं हो रही है।
You have got ample time. You have got ample time.
Why don't you listen? Please listen to.
Only 95 lakhs people are using that.
I already told you. Sir, I only appeal to all secondary people to cooperate with the government for the decision what we have taken now. Thank you very much.
The House stands adjourned to meet tomorrow at 11 o'clock.